Scotsman Frankie Boyle, who currently hosts his own satirical BBC show Frankie Boyle's New World Order, has hit headlines in recent weeks thanks to a new tour and controversy following remarks he made regarding TV host Holly Willoughby. His newest show, Frankie Boyle, Lap of Shame, explores his overarching sense of futility and horror to tell jokes for an hour in the final days of organized human life. It largely covers politics, satirizing many of the world's leaders, later embarking on a tour of re-education camps, robot barracks, and coliseums built from old shipping containers. The Daily Telegraph's theatre critic Dominic Cavendish described it as like Oscar Wilde in the gutter at closing time. Prior to the tour, Boyle, 49, made headlines regarding a joke he reportedly made about Willoughby during an appearance at Latitude Festival appearance: "I'd obviously kill her, Willoughby, and rape her afterwards. I'm joking, I'd rape her first." It led him last month to defend his comment at a book signing at Waterstones, where he was quizzed about the joke by a member of the public. He said, "Can I just say, my routine about raping and FG Holly Willoughby was part of a very long routine about whether or not it's okay to do a joke about that, and I look at it from both sides. There are pluses and minuses." Boyle has built his career on making jokes that stand somewhere between offensive and hilarious, with his time on shows such as the BBC's Mock the Week also courting controversy. His time on the panel show was among the topics discussed when he was a guest on Louis Theroux's popular lockdown podcast Grounded with Louis Theroux. During the hour-long interview, many varied topics were explored, including blackface and yoga. But one theme, cancel culture, featured prominently, a term which describes a form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person, and of which those subject to this ostracism are said to have been cancelled. The expression cancel culture has mostly negative connotations and is used in debates on free speech and censorship. Theroux cited the likes of film director Todd Phillips, who had previously found fame as director on the Hangover trilogy, who admitted he had ditched comedy as it was too easy to offend, instead opting to work on more dramatic work such as Joker. The host quoted Phillips as saying, "Go try to be funny nowadays with this woke culture. There are articles written about why comedies don't work anymore. Well, I'll tell you why, it's because all the FG funny guys are like F this S, I don't want to offend you." Boyle responded by saying he was not as concerned as Phillips was, claiming the situation for comics wasn't as bad as some critics have made it out to be. The Scot said, "I mean, I don't feel that, I don't feel culture is too woke. I don't feel comedy is too woke. I think a lot of that pressure comes from the right, and that comes from the mass media." He added, "I don't think they're genuinely offended at some of that stuff. And I also think sometimes we get into the trap of imagining that all these things they get offended by are offensive. I mean, some of the stuff I've had the most heat for has been, you could never pick it out in your show and go, well, that's the thing that everyone's going to get angry about." Theroux noted how Boyle was cancelled before it was cool to be cancelled, in reference to his axing from shows such as Mock the Week in 2012. At the time, Boyle was riding a wave of fame which included fronting his own Channel 4 sketch show Frankie Boyle's Trammed All Nights, which sparked backlash from viewers over jokes including about ex-model Katie Price's son Harvey. Boyle continued, "And I sort of got repeatedly cancelled. I just kept rising from the dead and killed again." When asked when his career hit the buffers TV-wise, Boyle replied, "I was still doing pilots and stuff until 2012, and then I think I did some tweets about the Paralympic opening ceremony, which were all really jolly and celebratory, but the papers managed to create a kind of storm around me. So I ended up never working for them again."